Nonpartisanship as a method of thinking. It's a practice, and it takes practice to get good at, especially when you're applying it to these highly politicized issues. So my name is Leia Surovell. I'm a sophomore anthropology major with a minor in women, gender, and sexuality studies and honors disciplinary studies. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm a democracy fellow at the JMU Civic Engagement. I wrote a timeline for the e-Journal of Public Affairs on a special issue called January 6th versus Democracy. So I wrote a comprehensive timeline detailing before January 6th, the day of January 6th, and the aftermath of January 6th up until now. To get together the timeline, I started with a few initial timelines from the Washington Post, the New York Times. There was a Department of Defense timeline as well that I based my initial research off of, and then I continued building off of that, finding more primary sources and just more and more sources off of that throughout the course of 2 to 3 months. There were timelines by the Washington Post and New York Times, like I already said, that explained the white supremacist group involvement, and then there were timelines that went over the impact of the Trump lawsuits, and there were also timelines that went through the police correspondence during that day, and there were timelines that went over the congressional correspondence during that day. So one huge strength of the timeline is that it just pushes all those things together, and it kind of puts everything in context. There was a series of panels and speakers in DC, and we just discussed our work. We talked about why we did what we did, our findings. It was meant to be more of a conversation than just us presenting our findings. So throughout the day, speakers were constantly going back to things that other speakers had said and connecting all of these ideas together. It really uplifted all the work that everybody had done and put it all from the context of each other and all of the amazing academics that were in the room. I would say that I really took away the value of contributing to work like this. Specifically in the field of academia. I'd never been involved, I've never been published before, I've never been at a panel like that before, and it made me really excited for the future, and it made me want to continue to pursue projects like this, because I learned a lot from my discussions with the people that were there, and it was just a really crazy learning opportunity that I never thought I'd get, so.